what is the best estimate of the amount of money it'll take on a year-to-year basis. You'd build it up with reserves. Sometimes you'd use more, sometimes you'd use less. What would it take to keep our beaches open, beach renourishment and all that kind of thing?
Flagler County is considering a special tax to fund beach renourishment.
We're one of the only counties that really doesn't have a beach management plan in effect to come up with a way into the future.
According to a study ordered by the county, Commissioner Dave Sullivan says they need about $7 to $10 million annually available. But how do you pay for that?
That study came up with a proposed idea that the way you'd fund it would be not a tax, but what they call an MSBU. It would come in on your tax bill, but it's not legally called a tax. And you would vary it for the people who live right along the coast, would pay a higher fee than the people further inland and to the west.
Sullivan says they need community buy-in.
It'll be up to the county by majority vote to put the MSBU in effect, but we will not do that unless the cities, including Palm Coast, Pinell, Flagler Beach, Marineland, all concur that it's a necessary thing to do for the future of the county beaches.
Commissioner Greg Hansen says the plan has public support.
The feedback I'm getting, especially from out on our barrier island, is bring it on. We got to do it. So everybody's got different ideas about whether there should be a 1A, a 1B, and a 1C, or there should be a 2A and B, or how are you going to divvy it up to make it fair? And that's going to be the hardest thing we do.
Hansen says commissioners are working out the details now.
Under the plan, as I see it, the Zone 4, if you will pay nothing. Zone 3, which is West Palm Coast, will pay something, and then Zone 2, which is East Palm Coast, will pay something. And then Zone 1, which is the barrier island, will pay something else.
Commissioners are hoping to propose a plan to voters before November. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, June 10th. And Flagler County will be holding a workshop today about beach nourishment funding.
The Flagler County Board of County Commissioners will hold a workshop today at 1 o'clock to further discuss beach nourishment funding. Flagler County Communications Coordinator Julie Murphy.
There's been a little bit of misconception that a decision has been made, but no decision has been made. And that would have been, misconception came, it was included as part of the topics of discussion in the last Monday, the June 3rd workshop, as part of budget preparation discussions, but there was never any intention to make an immediate decision.
Murphy adds the commissioners recognize the importance of thoroughly examining all aspects of any new initiative before moving forward.
The goal is for the staff to gather information about the fair and equitable application of any proposed changes to provide clarity to our commissioners as they further analyze their options.
The Public Financial Management Group was hired to conduct a funding study to test the community's interest in the program and its willingness to contribute financially to support the maintenance of the 18 miles of beaches in Flagler County. The workshop, which will be held at 1 o'clock today, will be in the Commission Chambers, East Moody Boulevard, Building 2, first floor, Bunnell. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. 9 are sentenced to federal prison in a multi-state drug trafficking conspiracy. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Operation Iceman has now resulted in 9 individuals going to federal prison for selling methamphetamine and other drugs in Flagler County in Central Florida. This was a multi-agency investigation that was concluded about a year ago and include federal, state, and local partners. The kingpin of this drug trafficking organization was headquartered in Flagler County, and this investigation took us to Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles, California, into a Mexican cartel. Now they can think about selling their poison as they sit in federal prison. I appreciate our U.S. Attorney, Hanberg, for prosecuting these cases to a successful conclusion.
6 of the 9 individuals are Flagler County residents. What is FC3 and what does the organization do?
FC3 is Flagler County Cultural Council. Nancy Crouch is the co-chair of the Flagler County Cultural Council. She said that the organization works for the betterment of the community, like taking on turtles.
We transferred the public art Turtle Trail project to FC3. So we're working on that. And from that is going to be a nice book coming out in the fall. Yay! Of all the turtles and the sponsors and the artists and little bios on everything.
Crouch said that FC3 has also given $25,000 in scholarships to 5 students. And next year, they'll give another $25,000 to 5 more students. Lifeline is on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 9, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, what's different about FC3 this time? From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
The Stanley Cup final has begun, and the Florida Panthers are trying to win their first title in team history, while Edmonton carries the weight of a nation. The Oilers last hoisted the cup in 1990, and no Canadian team has won since 1993. Game 1 was Saturday night in Sunrise. The Panthers wasted no time getting on the board.
Verhaeghe, and he scored! Connor Verhaeghe, 3 minutes 59 seconds in, and the Panthers take a 1-0 lead.
Call courtesy WQAM Radio. Florida extended their lead in the second with an Evan Rodriguez goal. An empty netter in the third by Eetu Luostarinen gave the Panthers a 3-0 win. The star of the game was goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky, stopping all 32 Oilers shots.
You know, every win, it's a big win, but it's a long series, so we're going to reset, refocus, and get ready for the next fight.
Puck drops at 8 in Sunrise for Game 2. Saturday, the Palm Coast Observer reported that earlier this year, Matanzas wrestling coach Michael Freeze and staff resigned effective the end of the school year. The Observer reports Freeze requested to withdraw that resignation and was denied. School officials confirmed the resignations, adding the selection process for a replacement has begun. Freeze could not immediately be reached for comment. FPC golfer Carmela Carlisi shot an opening round 4 under 68 in the AJGA Jim Click Classic en route to an 8th place finish in Tucson last week. FPC track and field coach David Halliday has been nominated for National High School Athletic Coaches Association Track and Field Coach of the Year for the second time. The winner will be announced June 26th. In local college news, former Pirate wrestler Brielle Biblo will transfer to Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky. Joining her in the Bluegrass State will be fellow Pirate Landon Grover, who signed a commitment to kick for Kentucky State. Bulldog Taylor Spann will continue her career in college, signing a commitment to St. Thomas University last week. WNZF is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the sports desk, I'm Mike Licio.